Good morning, students. So in last class we have discussed about all type of virus, worms, Trojan horses, zombie computers. So today we talk about spyware. Spyware is, we can say, a malware that collect information about the usage of the infected computer and communicate it back to the attacker, is known as spyware. So spyware mostly get installed on your computer without your consent. It finds its way on PC by piggybacking on a file and get downloaded from the internet when you visit a particular website. So like you install antivirus for virus, so you always have to install anti-spyware for all types of spyware viruses. Here, spyware is used for various purposes. It monitors your internet activity, track your login and password information, and spy on your sensitive information also, like your videos, your messages, your photos, etc. Spyware is just not one type of program, it is an entire category of malicious software that includes adware, keyboard logger, Trojan, and mobile information stealing program. So let's start next topic, which is phishing and pharming. So here you can see there are two pictures. First is phishing and second is pharming. Phishing is an attempt to acquire sensitive information such as user password and credit card details and sometimes indirect money as a trustworthy entity in electronic communication. Phishing occurs through email and instant messaging and may contain link to website that directly the user to share private information. These fake websites are often designed to look identical to their legitimate counterpart to avoid suspicion. So here you can see phishing. Phishing is like you can somebody's call you and ask you about your details, right? So here we can say next is pharming. Pharming is an attack in which, so phishing we have already discussed. Let's start with pharming. Pharming is an attack in which a hacker attempts to redirect a website traffic to another fake or blocked websites. Though pharming attack, the attacker point you to a malicious and illegitimate website by redirecting the legitimate URL. If even the URL is entered correctly, it can still be redirected to a fake website. As you can say, attacker use malware to change host file or perspective DNS cache poisoning. Victim type correct URL but his browser get IP address of fraud website. So victim provides sensitive financial personal information to that website, and from that particular information the hacker catch that and attacks you and find your sensitive information. So this is how phishing work and pharming work. So let's talk about adware. So adware refer to a type of malware that display unwanted advertisement on your computer or device. Adware is commonly activated unknowing when users are trying to install legitimate applications that adware is bundled with. Adware commonly takes the form of irritating pop-up windows and banners. However, it can act in many different ways. First, acting similarly to spyware, sometimes of adware track your movement and activity online in order to trail a specific advert to you. Operating as a middleman, adware can redirect your activity in order to share adverts with you. Adware use up your all data and even pop-up download eat all away your allowances. Running adware use up power effective your device performance. So next we talk about eavesdropping. Here, eavesdropping attack. It's an attack which is also known as sniffing or snooping attack. It is an incursion when someone tries to steal information that computer, smartphone or other device transmit over a network. An eavesdropping attack take advantage of unsecure network communication in order to access data being sent and received. Eavesdropping attacks are difficult to detect because they do not cause network transmission to appear to operating abnormally. For example, when sending email, if email message is not encrypted and even digital signal has not been used, then this may provide ample space for an attacker to exploit these security loopholes. So in this case, what happened that whenever we use an unsecure site and we transfer data, the attacker can easily fetch our data because the data is not encrypted. So here the attacker which is mostly liked to be is man in the middle attack on a network, and the message being sent can get intercepted. The attacker alter the message content and send it to the receiver, treating it as genius and original. The receiver may act according to the altered or defamatory message and share personal or sensitive information. Sometimes accessing an insecure website, that is with prefix as HTTP instead of HTTPS, makes information more prone to eavesdropping attack. So the best way is you should always go with the secure site which is HTTPS. There is a sign of S. S stands for security, and for better measures you can see that on the URL there is a padlock which actually tell us about that your site is secure. So I hope this topic is clear. So last topic we discuss is child pornography. It is publication and transmission of obscene material your children in electronic form. In recent years, child pornography has increased due to ease access to the internet and easy available of videos on the internet. It is the most heinous crime which occur and had led to various other crimes such as sex tourism, child abuse, etc. Child pornography law provide several penalties for produce and distributor of such materials in among all Western society, including incarcerations with shorter duration of sentences. So let's further study that what are the safeguards for the students. So the first, there are 4 important points which you should know and you should follow this so that nobody can take advantage of you. First point is never give address to the people who you do not know. Second, never publish your personal information on public site and social networking sites. The best safety option on Facebook is the only friend option. Always choose, always see and secure your things with your friends and the friends which you know. Do not add any other person who is not your friend. Do not accept any unknown friend request. And fourth point is do not open suspicious mail. This means that if you know that this is not the known person mail, that do not open that. If you find something fishy about the mail, do not open. That is the best way you can be safe. So here are some tips for the parents also. First, talk to your children about the importance of keeping personal information private. Second, inform them about identity theft and how they can prevent it from occurring. You should inform your parents should inform you about, but sometimes if we can say if your parents did not know about this, then you can also inform them so that they can also get safe from all these things, from all the hackers. Set some internet rule pertaining to websites a child is allowed to access. For a price, obtain an identify theft program that protects your computer privacy. So your parents should know that what are you watching and what are your activities are. So they should have the total record of what you are doing on the internet. So next, some tips for educator also. Teach students the importance of keeping their personal information private. Monitor the websites that students have to access. Teach students the danger of virus and opening suspicious mail. So now the complete network security solutions. There are the solutions which you should follow. First, never open or download a file from unsolicited email website, which means unsecure website. You never have to download any file, any thing, any image, nothing. Keep your operating system updated. Yes, always update your all the softwares, whether it's an operating system, your antivirus, your all softwares which is uploaded, which are in your system. Use an authentic antivirus program. Enable two-factor authentication whenever available, like we have in Google Pay. There is a two-factor authentication. Fifth, confirm the authenticity of a website prior to enter login credentials. And last, look for HTTPS in the address bar whenever you enter any sensitive personal information on a website to make sure your data will be encrypted. So here all for today now. I hope you all are safe. Be happy. Thank you.